look like a Hollywood movie? Is it possible that we have created a picture, an image in our minds of how our marriages are supposed to look like? Welcome to another episode on Staircase Conversations. My name is Shola Oguche-Agudah. Today, I want to address something really important and something that I think that, might just be in our subconscious, and that we haven't dealt with. And, the question is, can my marriage look like a Hollywood movie? I don't want anyone laughing, thinking that this is not important, because this is really, really important. Is it possible that we have created a picture, an image in our minds of how our marriages are supposed to look like? So can our marriages, look like a Hollywood movie? So today I just want us to look deeply at this topic. Can we define, what typically happens in these Hollywood movies, especially the romantic ones? So boy meets girl, maybe in a striking way. Either they bump into each other, or friends introduce them, or it's a downtime in each of their lives. Something happens dramatically, and the boy meets girl. Now, secondly, is that boy is attracted, girl is attracted. There's some constant or like instant attraction, and there's just getting lost in each other's eyes, or just wanting to be with the other person. Just that starts the process of just dating and just getting to know each other. The guy asks the girl out and she says yes, and they're excited. It follows a period after that is a period of romance. They're doing really lovely things for each other. They're just knowing what the other person needs without having been asked. It just looks like a perfect scene, like a knight in shining armor, like a princess in a castle. Nothing can go wrong. Of course, there has to be something that causes some friction, and then there's this big fight, and that fight looks like, we're never going to be with each other again, this is over. And then they realize that they really do love each other, and they can't sleep, they are morose, they're losing everything. Life has no meaning for them until they realize that they really want to be with each other, and then they find their way to being together, and most of the time they stop at the wedding when they get married. I've always asked myself, why do they stop at the wedding? Why don't they show us the life after the wedding? Well, I'm here to answer that question because it's a movie. Whatever we think we see is a movie. It's not real. Yes, I know that they try to capture a part of real life, but it's just a part that they capture. That can be what the whole life looks like. So what am I saying? Can your marriage be like a Hollywood movie? No, because it's not reality. However, can your marriage be heaven on earth? Yes. Can your marriage be really romantic? Yes. Can your marriage be exciting? Yes. Can your marriage be one that, has happily ever after stories? Yes. But like Hollywood, well, that means you don't want to live in real life. So don't get carried away, with what you watch on the screen and then just set your standards, by that. Or don't get carried away by, the things that you've seen and then you believe that that's what your life is supposed to be like. For instance, don't expect your spouse to just know stuff about you if you don't talk about it. If you don't, I tell couples and I tell people, I say, tell your spouse what makes you happy. Tell your spouse what you love. Tell your spouse how you receive love. Tell them how you communicate. And I've heard people say to me, but that doesn't make it romantic. If I have to tell him, that means he doesn't love me at all. If I have to tell him, that means that he doesn't care about me. If I have to tell her, that means that she's not so into me as I thought. No, people are different. Man and woman, male and female, we're different. We're different because you come from different backgrounds. You're different because you are different gender. You're different because you have different personalities. It is possible to be sincerely wrong. So, can your marriage look like a Hollywood movie? Do you want it to? I don't think you want it to. But do you want your marriage to be heaven on earth? I think that's a realistic expectation. So, 3 tips before I go. Number 1 is please do not set your standards based on what you've seen on the movie. That is a movie, a part in time. Do not set unrealistic standards. Please don't do that. It's just going to set you down, set you up for downfall. Number 2 is set realistic standards. Really sit down, take out time and say, what would a happy marriage look like for me? What would genuinely what does intimacy look like for me? What is it that will really make me feel like, I'm intimate with my partner, I'm having the best life possible? What is that? 3 is share your expectations with your spouse. Don't expect them to know just don't expect them to know the things that make you happy. Make a conscious effort to say, this is what this means to me. This is what makes me happy. This is how I feel loved. And whatever expectation that you think is important, share with your spouse. And I have one more, making it 4. work towards it. Heaven on earth in marriages exists, happily ever after exists, but not by magic, not by accident, not just by sitting down and folding your arms and looking like, you don't have to do any work. Work towards it. Take out time, actually work on a plan and say, if I really want us to have this kind of marriage, what do I need to do to get there? These are 4 tips that are going to make sure that your marriages are transformed. Thank you for listening to me, and I look forward to seeing you next Friday. Remember, if you've not subscribed, this is a good time to do so. Just click on the subscription button below. Take care and see you next week. Bye.